Hi, welcome in. How can I help you? Oh, yes. Sorry, I lost track of time. I'm gonna go ahead and check you in. Sorry. Okay, what's your name? Okay, 1 second. You're here for the furniture consultation, yeah? And the last four, your phone number? Okay, yep, I got you checked in. If you could, go ahead and take a seat. Sorry, I was running a little bit over from my last appointment. That's my fault. I'm just gonna get everything together here, and we'll get started. If you could just give me a moment. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, so I have a lot of items pulled for you. I remember the phone call we had a few weeks ago. So I have all the samples pulled. Actually, we're just doing interior today, correct? Interior only. Okay, so I have the interior books. I'll set this one aside. This is my exterior book, so we will not need that today. No problem. Okay, and then let's see. Furniture, door comments, and the form. That's correct. Yep. All right, let me just print the form out for the consultation. Okay. Let me just put this one off. This was my last appointment. Well, that prints. Just talk to me a little bit about your current home, color schemes. What are you thinking for furniture today? Okay, there's my printout. Okay, so you just remodeled. Okay, that's great. All right, let me just take a few notes here. My pen is not working great. Let me just go grab another one. I'll be right back with you. Okay, got a new pen. So go ahead and tell me a little bit more about the recent remodel of your home. Okay. And is your home, like, how old is your home that you remodeled? Okay, open floor plan now. Okay. Okay, let me just pull up the website. Okay, perfect. I got that up. Alright, so you have open floor plan. You mostly have brown, tan type color schemes, more of a boho. Okay. Are you looking for any pops of color? Okay, a few pops of color are fine. And we're just doing furniture today, correct? What's the square footage of your house? Okay. 2 floors and finished basement. Okay, and what is the we doing all of that today? Main floor. Okay, main floor only. Okay, so I remember I had you send over a couple floor plans for us. Yeah. So I think this is the main one. Okay, this is your downstairs, this one? Okay. Let's look at the main floor. Perfect. So this is our main floor then. Okay, so that's great. So what is the primary room that you spend the most time in? Okay, so this like living room area here. Open floor concept living room. Okay, and then you have a nice couch here. No couch yet. Okay, and how big's your TV over here? We want to try to center. 85-inch. Okay. That's great. Okay, and any windows or just this one and leading onto your patio? Okay, and I do have some outdoor patio sets if you wanted to see my book. Okay, and then here it looks like you're doing an office space, or you were. Are you still using that? Okay, so office has been moved downstairs. So what is that section now? Dining. Okay, great. All right, so primarily then we're going to focus today on your living room and the dining room. Okay. Just take a look here. All right. And what color are the floors? Okay. Hardwood. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'm gonna pull up a couple of things just so I can track as we go pricing. Do you have a budget today? Okay, let me just run a couple numbers here. All right. Perfect. So we're gonna have okay, so all of those are fine. Okay, so we can do roughly 6,000, 8,000. Okay, let me just. So we do have a couple of sales on our website. I'm looking here. Okay, so if you're over 5,000, sounds like you're planning to be over, then we do offer a 20% discount. Yeah. Okay. All right, perfect. Are you doing any paints selection today? All right. So I can pull out a couple of these. We can look through the books as well. And so just for the living room. That makes sense. Okay, perfect. So I've got those. Don't think we want the dark colors. Alright, that'll work. I'll pull these ones too. These are good. These are good colors. Okay, so you said you're doing the brown boho type of okay, I have a couple inspo flyers here from our paint producer that we often just use as inspo for some of the color schemes before we get into the furniture purchases. I'm gonna start out with the two that I think will fit you the best. We have the boho sheets, and obviously this is exactly the type of style that you described to me in terms of what you're going for. And you said, let's see, requisite gray was one of the colors that you did for your office. So that is actually here. So I know it's gonna kind of fit. And you said light brown hardwood was currently what you had in your new remodeled home. So I think that this is the color scheme that's gonna fit really well for you. Okay, so let's just take a look at this book. So I have a couple things here. If you wanted to do a pop of color either in your couch, which by the way, I do have the fabric samples for all of our furniture, so we will be able to take a different look at those against your flooring and things like that. But if you wanted to do a pop of color in terms of your furniture, you could. Also, we have some colors here that pair really well with the boho chic type of style. So I pulled some of those for you here. So if you wanted to do a little bit of color, we do have the blissful blue. We have the recycled glass. These are all very light, calming colors. I love this one. Yeah. We have a mellow coral, which I love with any brown, and this is the porcelain, which I often pair those with together. You'll see over here in the book, we have a inspo with the recycled glass, and that's actually paired here with the porcelain that I just showed you. So these are instead here. And again, it pairs really well with the brown colors. So for example, I'm just gonna pull a couple boho type patterns for furniture if you did go with that. So I have a couple of different browns here. So we have the tannish light brown. We have a medium sand, and then we have the darker tan. If you look against your greens, these are really pretty colors to pair with and really just give off that boho chic vibe, especially like for me. It's similar to the one here. Yeah, I like that as well. So just something to think about as we work through your color scheme. I think, let me check. So yes, we do have a few of the paints on sale this week. Let's go to Boho collection. About 3 of them are. Porcelain's one of them. Yeah, recycled glass is not on there, but it's not a big deal. So let's go ahead and move on. I want to mention the totally tan pair. Where is it? Right here. In your honeycomb, which is up here. We have the furniture available in both of those shades. So you could pair any of these together and still have the furniture colors for those. We don't always have that available, so it's kind of a unique opportunity. Just wanted to flag for you. Okay. Okay, so I'll write that down. Okay, got it. So let's just keep moving on, all right? Did you like the coral? So I have the mellow coral that I showed you. I also have, one moment. I just need to put that one in here. I also have a couple of different tones of the coral. So if you did like the coral, this mellow coral, sorry, let me show you, is demonstrated right here with that beautiful color. That's what you're seeing there, with that beautiful color wall and that light brown chair. I like the chairs too. So I actually have a full magazine here. This this is by RH Interiors, and this has all the furniture in various brown tones, like the ones that we've already started to look at. So I thought that if you were going for some sort of pretty color on your wall, we would offset that with the browns for your furniture, which again, I have endless options here through RH that primarily does go for that modern chic boho brown type of look, as you can see by my just random flippings through this catalog. That is generally their style. Yeah, that's generally what they go for in terms of different styles. Okay, so let's just keep going through. So you do really like the coral. Okay. Great. And were you interested in the light one, or did you like any of the darker tones? So this is the next step up from this, as you can see. Just a little bit darker, but it does make quite a difference. Okay, so one thing is, since you do have the open floor plan here, is it this one? This one. So since you do have this open floor plan, if you wanted to do all one color here, it would certainly work. However, if you wanted to do two colors, it's very easy if you go on the same color palettes to like merge this. So you could do your living room area a darker or lighter, and then when you split right here, you could very easily transition that color over here into the next one that you pick, the lighter or the darker, or vice versa. Okay, do you want to probably do that? Okay, and you were thinking the mellow coral and which other? This one. So that's coral rose. Okay, I'll write that down. So we're going to go with mellow coral for your living room. Okay. And coral rose for the dining. Okay, so we've got our paint colors picked out. That's perfect. Were you going to keep your bright white trim, or did you want to do a lighter? And obviously we don't really we don't do the paint as much as we can pair it, but you're going to paint yourself or have someone do it. But I would recommend this is the porcelain I talked to you about. This is, I'm trying to turn away from the sun so you can really see. These are the three other ones that are a little bit warmer that pair very beautifully with the corals. We have the cream at the top, the vanillin here, and decor white here. So it's very, as you can see again, warm cream type of colors. I can certainly write those down in your file so that you have access to them. Okay. And you said the full house was 5,000 square feet? Yeah. What's the main floor? About 2,000? And we're not doing the kitchen, so what do you think that the living room and dining room are? Okay. 12 to 1,500. Okay, let me just do your paint price for that. And if you do the highest grade paint, which I recommend, you do it in one coat. So you spend a little bit more per gallon. You do less coats. You usually only do one. You want to do that one? Okay. Let me see what the price of that is. So that one is $85 a gallon. It's on sale for $72 a gallon. Square footage, I'll just do 1,500, so we're sure we have enough. Okay, so you're coming in with tax about $4.50 for the paint. Okay. And by the way, that includes the primer, so you don't need to do that. If you wanted to go in with one of the cream colors for your trim, you'd only need another gallon. So we'll do satin for that typically. You want to do the satin? Okay, so that's like you're coming in at another $80. So I would ration or just kind of save or set aside about $5.25 for your paints. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll just write that down here. Plus 80 for trim. $5.25 for paint. Okay. So we're looking to go for like a vibe similar to like this one. And probably this one. Okay, so we're steering away from gray, things like that. Okay, so that sounds perfect. I'm gonna check something really quick. So this is actually the Scandinavian Minimalism catalog. The color schemes I like a lot for the boho looks as well. So let me just look and show you a couple things. As you can see, the color schemes are pretty much a muted boho theme. And I'll send this home. You can scan this if you want to look at it as well. You can take this whole thing with you, of course. So let me show you what I was thinking. So that's pretty similar. I was thinking of looking at like some of the brown furniture. So we have like this nice brown setup here. We have this nice brown stuff here. I agree. And then this is similar to what you're going for as well with the coral, but this is like a more, this is called malted milk. It's like a brownish pink. Yeah, similar. Just wanted to show you that in case you got some inspo from any of that. You can see the bedroom here is also a very boho theme. Exactly. I love that. All right, so let's keep going. We're gonna go ahead and do your furniture now. Just gonna highlight a couple things here. Just so I don't forget to talk to you about those. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead, like I said, we'll move on to all of your furniture picks. Yes. And I'm going to go primarily off of this catalog as far as the styles for the furniture. And then we'll work off of the color palette we have here for your actual fabrics for the furniture, if that's okay with you. That is? Okay, great. Let me put aside my other catalogs that we're not going to use. I'll check the shipping for these packages for you before we get started, actually. Did you want to do white glove delivery? For all of it? And were you going to do the paint first? So how many weeks? Like 2? Check that then. Okay. This is the right one. Okay, so you're looking at, with the package, since you're booking with us, you do get some discount on it. You're looking at additional $600-ish for delivery if you do a couch, coffee table, dining room table, the chairs, and then maybe one additional like stand or ottoman. Yeah. Within plenty of room on the budget. Absolutely no problems there. If you did not get the white glove, you'd still be coming in about $400, so it's probably really not worth it to not get the white glove. Right. Okay, so I'll just set aside there $500 to $600 for delivery. And that only puts us at about $1,000 for the paints. And then, of course, you have about $7,000 more for your furniture, okay? Okay, perfect. So again, we're going to go in with the RH catalog, and let's just start with your living room set. We are going to try to pin down a couch for you today. Yep. So let me go into the couch section here. I'm going to show you a couple of options. So I'm going to show you a couple options. You can look at the colors. We do have the colors available, obviously, in this catalog. But I just want to remind you, anything you see in here, I can get in any color that you want that is in this stack. So I'll pull a few boho colors out later. And you were thinking that you wanted to do mostly probably brown, right? We do have some other lighter colors. We have that light pink, but since you're doing coral for the walls, I think we should stick with some of the boho theme browns, and I can pull other ones out of here as well. Okay, otherwise you're going to clash with that coral. Okay, so the first one we have, this is called the Bella Sectional. Okay, it is an Italian Cavallino leather. It can come with a coffee table, lounge chair, side table, floor lamp, anything you see in this picture it can come with the exception of the oh, I'm just kidding. I thought we did not have the chandelier. We also have the chandelier. So anything in this photo is up for grabs. We're just going to focus on the couch today, right? Okay. So we do have this really nice square sectional. I like that brown. I like how large that is. It does come with one of the extended chairs. We also have the Lara collection, which these are just chairs, but I'll show you the couch as well. And you can see this comes in a ton of really beautiful boho browns. And then here is the Lara couch. It is much smaller, I agree. So if you want a larger sectional that you can actually lay out on, then that probably is not for you. Okay, so we're still leaning towards Bella over that one. Okay, let me get a couple other large options for you. this is called the Original Cloud. It's one of our top selling sofas. It is very affordable. So your 8-foot one is starting at about $37.95, and you can also add up, that's our member price. Yes. You can add up to other accessories, which would take it up to the $5,000 mark, but that would still leave you $3,000 for your table. This is the one for you. Okay, it is huge, as you can see. It does seat approximately 8 people comfortably. Yes, that's absolutely true. And I just want to actually flag for you here. If you look at the bottom of the page, there are a ton of ways that you can actually set this couch up, and it shows you those there. Okay. Yeah, so you have options for rearranging if you're someone that likes to rearrange their living room frequently. I am. Yes, exactly. Okay, so that's the one. So would you like to go ahead and start looking at options for the color of the couch? Okay, so let me just write that down here. So we're going to do the cloud sofa. 8 foot, and I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Okay, okay, so we're at about $5,000 roughly right now. Let's talk color. So let me just go through my fabric samples here really quick, and then we'll talk color. Okay, so I grabbed a pile here, and I'm sure we can just flip through these, and some of them are going to be a quick no for you, but I wanted to provide you kind of a large color scheme to choose from that would match and go with your theme. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip through these, and you tell me what appeals to you most. So I'm going to start out with that one we talked about earlier. That was the dark tan. Okay, maybe. Okay, what about a light tan? Definitely. All right. And then we have the medium tan. Okay, definitely. Oh, what option? All right, I wanted to throw this in here. So you do have the option of going with something that is a little darker if you wanted to keep the color. And this is the coral. You can see it goes together, but it is a pop. Not for you. Okay, I'm going to put that one aside. Dark brown. Too dark. Okay. Take that one out. And what about this mustard color? No. Got it? I didn't think so. We do have a gray option. You can stick with that. It's still boho chic. So you remember we had a lot of those kind of together in the boho catalogs, including quite a bit actually of the gray backdrop, or gray with some of those more mellow tones. So there's another one. Okay, I'll leave it as an option, but you're leaning towards no. Okay, I'll put it towards that. Always white as an option for boho, obviously. Pretty popular option. too messy. I don't know how anyone keeps white furniture clean, but. And then I have two more dark browns, but you said no to the other dark browns, so I'm assuming this one's also a no. No for both. Okay, so what I have here is two that you gave definitely options to, which is the light tan and the medium tan. And then I have possibles to the gray and the dark tan. So you have some good fabric options here. Here is your base color for the living room. Beautiful option with any of those browns. And then here is the one for the other one. Given holding up this one, I think we should go ahead and eliminate the dark tan. Oops, I just dropped a fabric square. I'll get that. You agree to not get this one. Okay, I'm going to put that one aside. So that really leaves us with 3. Are you really thinking you want to do a gray? So this is what those two would look like with the gray. I do agree, actually. I didn't think I would like it that much, but I really do. Okay, let's do this one. Very boho, yeah. And then here is the darker tan. Hold those both up for you. The lighter one. All right, so we're definitely going with this one. Okay, that's great. All right, so let me just write this down. And you wanted to do the leather, correct? Okay. All right, so I've got the cloud sofa down and the light tan leather. All right, so the only thing that we need to pick out now is your dining room table. Okay, so let me pull a couple of options for you that are my personal favorites that I think would look so good with your theme, and then you can choose. Okay. So I have one here. This is called the Oak Parsons rectangular dining room table. I'm going to be honest with you, this one to me feels a little bit too depressing. It's just not that warm boho feel. Do you agree with that? Okay, so let's look for something different. I had another one I really liked earlier. I'm going to find for you. Okay, so this is the Arno collection. Really like this one, and just think about the fact that you can really dress this up as well. So, sorry, I was just looking. You can get the rug with this one too. We could easily take this table, add a little bit of like a boho staple here. Which actually I'll show you the one I was thinking about. I saw one in here. I think it was in here. Definitely could do like a green plant, but there was something. Hold on a second. No, it was in this one. So I was thinking either like one of these like plants, where is it, right over here, like one of those feathery looking ones, or one like this one on the table, and that would bring in the browns and then also kind of hit the greens. Something like this could work as well. Okay. All right, so let me look for something that has a little bit more of that in it. Okay, so I have a circle one here, and then I have a, this one is Oval. Okay. So because you wanted to do a little something circular. Okay, so the first one is the Oslo in American white oak. This is a rectangular table. It's very homey. It can seat up to 8. It's not fully shown in the picture, obviously. And it does have that light brown, and then the chairs are like a cream, which would match really well with your trim and just your general kind of theme for those two. So you're looking at that. Okay, you like that one? Okay, if you wanted to do a little bit smaller, given the square footage, I would look at the Oslo in the 4-seater, which is much smaller and is a circle rather than a rectangle. Okay, so the Oslo 4-seater is, let me see, it's going to be $24.95. So you would come in literally right on budget. Okay, so Oslo 4-seater. And are you okay with these chairs and the table in the white oak? Because they do offer the chairs in different colors, but the table only comes in the white oak. Okay. Okay, so we'll do the white oak table with the cream chairs. I think it looks really nice. Okay. Perfect. So let me go ahead, ring everything in here to your profile, and we'll get it ordered for you, okay? Okay. Yeah. So you're coming in $100 below budget, which is perfect. All right, so I come in a total of $7,922. This includes about $525 for your paint, which does include the walls and the trim. We have $500 to $600 for delivery in there. Your cloud sofa in the color light tan leather. Correct. Then we have the Oslo 4-seater table in cream and American white oak. Your living room is mellow coral, your dining room coral rose colors. That is correct for the white glove delivery. Okay. If all of that is correct, I'm just going to have you sign right there at the bottom. Here's the pen. Thank you. Just going to date that. I'm going to sign as well. Okay, let me go ahead and get this in my system. The order. And could you please give me your address for delivery? And your zip code. Okay. And the best phone number for text updates. And what's your email for a receipt and also updates? Okay, so again, the total today will come to $7,922. This card? Okay. Here's your card back. Okay, I've got your receipt emailed to you. Your delivery time is 3 weeks, so you have the 2 weeks for your painting, and then the delivery will come the week after. You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure working with you today. I hope you enjoy your furniture, your new look in your home, and I hope that everything works out exactly how you wanted it to. Alright, in the meantime, if you have any questions, here is my business card. Okay, I'll put that there for you to take with you. And did you want to take with you any of the pamphlets that we had looked at today? No. Okay, so I'll leave those here. Thank you so much again for your time, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.